My wife, Rachel, had always been the life of every party. Charming, beautiful, and effortlessly drawing attention. I never minded before, but that night at our friend Mark's birthday party, something in her smile felt different. She wasn't just being friendly, she was performing. When we walked in, she immediately joined a circle of her co-workers, laughing louder than usual, her hand brushing a man's arm every few minutes. His name was Ethan, her work friend. I stood by the drinks table, trying to ignore the knot in my stomach as I watched her lean closer to him, whispering something that made him grin. The people around us noticed too. A few exchanged awkward glances, pretending not to see what was obvious. I tried to play it cool. I poured myself a drink, but my hand trembled slightly. When she finally glanced my way, I smiled, calm, collected. She smiled back, but it wasn't the same smile she used to give me. It was polite, distant. That's when I decided I wouldn't cause a scene. I'd let her tell the story herself through her own actions. A slow song started playing, couples moved to the dance floor. I walked up to her, my heart pounding, and extended my hand. "Dance with me?" I asked softly. She hesitated, looking at Ethan as if for permission before shrugging. "Maybe later," she said lightly. "I'm talking to my friends." The laughter that followed stung like a knife. For the first time, I saw her not as my wife but as a stranger wearing her face. I nodded, smiled faintly, and said, "All right." Then I walked away. I didn't raise my voice, didn't demand an explanation. I simply left the party. When I got home, I packed a small bag, not because I wanted to leave forever, but because I needed distance. I left my wedding ring on the dresser with a short note: "If this is what makes you happy, you don't need to hide it anymore." It was past midnight when my phone started buzzing. Rachel called once, twice, then texted, "Where are you? Why did you leave?" I didn't reply. An hour later, the door burst open. She stood there, still in her party dress, makeup smeared, eyes wide. "You just walked out," she shouted. I stayed quiet, sitting calmly at the kitchen table. "You embarrassed me," she yelled again. I looked up and said evenly, "No, Rachel. You embarrassed us both." Her voice cracked. "You think I was flirting?" I didn't answer, just handed her my phone, a photo one of her friends had sent me while I was driving home. It showed her sitting too close to Ethan, his hand on her knee. Her face went pale. "It was nothing," she whispered. "Just a joke." I smiled sadly. "I know. But marriage isn't a joke." I stood, walked past her, and said, "You wanted attention, now you have it. Everyone saw it, Rachel. Everyone knows." She broke down, crying, begging me to talk, but I'd already made up my mind. For the next week, I stayed silent. No calls, no texts. I went to work, focused on myself, let the silence speak louder than anger ever could. When she finally came to my office, she looked different, tired, remorseful, human again. "I ruined everything, didn't I?" she said quietly. I nodded. "You didn't ruin everything," I replied. "Just the way I saw you." She broke down, saying she'd been feeling neglected, lonely, that she didn't mean for things to go that far. I listened, then said gently, "Respect isn't something you ask for, it's something you protect." That night, she went home alone. I didn't promise forgiveness, and she didn't ask for it right away. It took months before trust even began to rebuild. Slow, painful, fragile. She deleted her social media, cut ties with Ethan, and spent her nights trying to prove that the woman at that party wasn't who she really was. Sometimes, the quietest reaction speaks the loudest. I didn't need to yell, fight, or humiliate her. I just needed her to see the reflection of her choices, and when she did, she broke more than I ever could have broken her. In the end, she learned that attention fades, but respect, once lost, takes a lifetime to earn back.